just played a fairly interesting game in the Sicilian, the Accelerated Dragon to be specific, and I'm going to go over it. I think in games where they try to maybe avoid playing the Pirk, try to invite you into Sicilian, that I should just be accepting, because the Accelerated Dragon, really the dragon in general, all of its various forms, are kind of on my list of openings I need to learn to get better at the modern, which is ultimately the goal here. So with that in mind, I think when they play a move order such as this, I should just go into the Sicilian, even though that seems to be what my opponent would want. And I quite dislike the Grand Prix, actually, playing against the Grand Prix attack, because it feels like they're really going all at your king, while their king is over here and safe, and all your play is on the queen side, but you're not actually hitting their king. So it feels like you're just pushing all these pawns to, like, eventually get at their king, but it's like, they get all the chances, and once you and if they make a mistake here, it's not necessarily immediately over, whereas if you make a mistake on the king side, you could just lose. So, yeah, it doesn't really, I don't really like it, but it's something that I gotta learn. So, we get this position fairly standard. The bishop here makes me think of the importance of e6 in the future, and I just start with a6, which expanding is often an idea. It also takes away a square from the knight. Like, even if they play a4, I think this a6 move helps me with it more than a4 helps them by controlling this b5 square, which is pretty important. So, I actually don't start with a6. Knowing myself, I thought I would have started with knight a6, but I started with knight c6, and my reasoning behind this was basically I wanted to prevent d4, whereas if a6 happens, I think you can't play d4. Yeah, you can. And, I thought it would be best to just cover that, so that's why I played knight c4, although it seems that d3 is going to be preferable anyways to d4. They don't really want to break open the center with this setup, and they don't want to give me the c-file and all that when they're trying to go after my king with these pawns. So yeah, but with other plans I had, I thought that maybe they might want to play this to break it open, although I think I also was maybe a little immediately scared, but I guess no matter what I was thinking and why exactly I played this, the lesson takeaway from here is that they shouldn't play d4 anyways. They should be playing d3. I should be keeping that in mind, but okay. Continue with a6, which is the idea here. They want e6. E6 is probably a bit more accurate, as it lets me quickly castle. They were to play d3, they want g7, bishop b3, and I can just castle here, and it's pretty good for me. But instead I go for this plan over here. a4 is a move, but again, I think that helps me more than, a6 helps me more than a4 helps them. Also might have ideas to bring my bishop here, which would target it, although they'd probably want to push, but then the knight's seeing it, and the queen's even seeing it, and that could potentially be annoying for them in the future. Although it does stop me from expanding with b5. So even though a4 may be a good move, I'm not losing a tempo by playing a6, because even though my idea was pushing this pawn, a4 and a6, even if I can't stop b5, or even if I can't play b5, the a6 move is more helpful than the a4 move, if not for the fact that pushing this b5. But yeah, so this is preferable even without that. So I play a6, they move the queen over. I thought this was a weird move. Seeing how the game played out, I don't think I realized this immediately. I think at first I was just kind of like, what's going on? But after they pushed the f-pawn with some calculation, the idea is that now, after e6 or whatever, I think that if I were to take this, my king would be opened up to the queen, so I couldn't really even take it. here I don't start with b5 because I thought this might be a little annoying. I wasn't really too sure here, but I thought this wasn't worth going into. They might also want bishop to d7, which is worth keeping in mind. That this is something to consider in this position, whether or not it's the best move here, which it might not be. Okay. So I start with e6, which is actually, no, it's not the top move, but it's a good move. So now I can play b5 without them being able to go here. Carves out a square for my knights. They push. I thought I could just push b5. Engine agrees. Here they want f takes e, but I thought that I would be able to take the bishop here. Then I guess knight e5. No, that's e4. No, that is e5, yeah. And I can't take it back. So maybe that wouldn't be very smart. And I probably would have calculated that, should it come to that. And I think I probably wouldn't have messed that up, but it's possible. You know, in this game I came very close to hanging many things. You know, I hang a lot. I really do think I just need more sleep. Or maybe not more sleep, but better sleep quality, although I feel like I've been sleeping better than usual, and for an okay amount of time, but it's also been lighter outside when I've been waking up, so I don't know. There could be biological aspects where maybe I'm sleeping with waking up less in the middle of the night, and I'm also... Oh, actually maybe I'm not waking up less in the middle of the night. No, and night really is day. Whatever. So I push the pawn, and they go back. If they played fe, probably would have taken with the bishop, honestly, not the pawn. I don't know. But it's worth noting that taking with the pawn is better, and why would that be? I mean, I guess the exchange of the bishop is useful for them, because they don't have to retreat. And that's probably the reasoning why, but I kind of like getting my bishop out of there too. But the tempo is probably pretty important, considering all the maneuvers I have to make to get my king castled, so... Yeah. I guess taking with the bishop allows them to solve one of their problems. And my problem of this bishop here isn't so big of a deal, because it's only really cutting off the rook, which, like, who cares? As opposed to their problem with the bishop here, which is doing more harm than the bishop here. They're losing tempo by going back. So I'm with the knight. I'm here. I figured to bring me closer to castling. It's just a good square to have the knights. I didn't like that it blocked my diagonal here. They haven't pushed d3 yet, but I figured that I probably wouldn't be able to do anything. Actually, it says knight f6 is fine. And that makes sense. I mean, even this is like okay though. Yeah, I don't really. It wants e5, which I don't think I really care about. d3, and I can just castle though, and I feel pretty safe here. So, hindsight, I should have just played knight f6, but instead I don't. Which is maybe a little ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, I didn't play... I know why I didn't play knight f6. Because I didn't want d4 to happen. I think. But d4 can't happen. But I guess in the future was my thought. But even in the future, it's not really worth it for them to be playing d4 and opening up the position, you know, for my queen and whatnot. So, it's just, yeah. I think I was scared of d4, but that's such a stupid thing to be scared of. Maybe I didn't calculate it fully? That's insane. Here I considered every move. Top move here is hg, which I didn't like, because with the knight coming here, I didn't feel like I was able to castle, because they'd be able to move the queen in, which I'm correct about. It's mate and 4 if I castle here. I did think that maybe um, I could get away with not castling, but I didn't think it was worth it. Oh wait, oh my god, f6? I actually thought of this move f6 extensively. The first thing I was thinking of was taking with this pawn. I was like, okay, but I'm scared of this after castling. So I was like, maybe I can play f6, they go back or whatever. And then I moved like the king up, or maybe not immediately, but this was actually an idea which I did think of, but it's kind of hard to be confident in this, not knowing that it's correct. But my king did feel relatively safe. I didn't really see how they could go after me. I don't know. I just thought this was kind of asking for trouble, and moreover, I didn't feel like I felt like they'd be able to just play like h3, and I wouldn't have much on the a file. Although I do have this bishop, which potentially deals with that. Yeah, I guess this is pretty solid. I did see that. Okay. I also considered knight takes, but that also just felt kind of awkward. But I couldn't find a real reason why this was wrong. But I just felt weird. FG is the most normal move, because it's just the most, I'm going to castle and have a normal pawn structure move. And there could be issues here, but with h6 I thought it should all be fine. So they play this knight move as expected. And here I actually hadn't considered that this knight move threatens to fork the queen and the rook, but I realized it after they played it. But I thought I could just play h6 if this were to happen, but then they could play this move and fork. So, but I did notice that on the turn, not beforehand, so I got a little lucky that I have this move knight e5. But apparently moving the queen also would have been fine. Although maybe a little suspicious. Because if I were to play like queen c7, and they could still play this, I think. Oh no, I can castle. Yeah, I can castle. So they can't. But I play the top move, knight e5, which covers the square. Now I'm threatening h6 to move back into the castle, which is quite nice. Peter wants a4. Which would probably require bishop d7. Let's just make sure I'm right. No? b4, yeah, b4 kicks the knight. That's also fine. Bishop d7 would be fine. No? Why would this be bad? Knight takes b5. Oh! Yeah, this hangs a pawn. In the game, I probably would have calculated that fine. I just wasn't paying attention, I guess. And I went with whatever the first thing I thought about was. Yeah, okay. So here they play a move, and I feel like I can just kick it, and then move the knight here, and I should be okay. To castle. I also considered knight c6, I think. But I thought it really wasn't important to do so immediately, and I just kind of wanted to get the knight out of there. Or at least I consider this later on, just as a natural repositioning move. Okay, I kick it. I brought it back looking at the castle. Oh, I can just castle? Wait, what? After castles, though, I didn't like that, I'd have to... I mean, I thought I'd have to play d-takes, which is kind of structurally weird. But it's saying... Oh, I can start by taking the rook. Wait, that doesn't solve my issue at all. Here I'm gonna hang this now. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of hanging a pawn here. This feels really abysmal, so... because I can't take, because that would stop me from castling, and I can't let it sit there, because then thered be tactics, either to have to double my pawns here, or I'd have to take back with the bishop, which allows them to take here. I draw the knight back. I move the queen, castle, and I feel like I'm defending amply here. They went g5, which I considered, but I don't know. I wasn't confident enough in. I didn't want h4 happening. My decision's fine. They really want g5. But I thought I should just trade off the rooks. And try to make it so like my pieces are less in the way. Looking back, I probably should have moved the bishop first, so I could immediately move the rook over. Instead of having to spend an extra tempo, which will be illustrated with the moves played. They play takes, I play takes. Here I go over, and it'd be the bishop. If the bishop was already here or here, I'd feel a lot safer. Probably would rather have it on d7 than the b7 at this point, because this is kind of going to a wall of pawns, whereas this will open up and it also guards the pawn. So here I thought of moving this knight over, which would be fine according to engine. I played this bishop move because if they take, it's also okay. This pawn is amply guarded, even after I lose this knight defending. And then there's also this move, which I didn't calculate to the end. You know, I thought, well, who cares, right? They're just going to trade this, and now they're no longer forked. But actually, they're forked again with the bishop taking as I'm hitting the queen, as well as the knight. So I should have seen that. So yeah, I missed g5. Trade. I push to open up the bishop, gain some space. And I can trade and take this pawn. I actually didn't even initially know that this pawn was hanging. I realized in the middle of the turn that it was hanging. I was just like, what do I do now? Do I push this? And I guess I was looking over to this side of the board and so I was hanging. But yeah, that pawn was really far away from where most of my focus was during the game. Which is funny to say, but yeah, I mean, board vision isn't perfect. I don't know. Like, I feel like I should be ashamed to admit that. It's like, oh, I'm looking more towards one of the board instead of actually like processing one side of the board than actually processing everything. But I was like, yeah, none of these pawns are hanging. I don't think they have any way to push a pawn to do anything. So I was like, yeah, whatever, nothing's happening here. But I did see it, thankfully. I played this move because I want to be able to move the queen. I thought I could just push these pawns up, move the queen, and now I'd be covering this square with the bishop. So even if my queen no longer covered it, they still would be able to move the queen in. But I mean, I thought of a lot of moves here, really. A5, B5, or B4, A5, B4, which are the top two engine moves. Bishop B6 is actually the third top engine move. I might have even considered this knight G8 move to get it out of the way. Kind of clog it here. Here I thought I could just push the pawns, which I am kind of right about. Here they attack this, and I got kind of lucky because the queen's threatening to infiltrate to this square, and I didn't really realize that this was a plan. So I never prior calculated that my knight could take away both these squares, but luckily my knight can. And if not, there are... Huh? I mean, I looked at the edge, it was like g5, yeah, g5 blocks it, but no, it doesn't. And I have to play knight g4. Huh? I mean, I guess that redirects the queen, and then I have time to continue my plan. That's really weird. That's very engine-y, I think. So I covered the squares, they push it. I didn't think it was a big deal. If I knew what was going to happen in the game, if I considered that, I probably wouldn't have done what I did. I might have played this move knight d4, which is one of the computer suggestions. I thought about this move, but I was like, yeah, there's no point in like eliminating light squared bishop or taking. I just thought everything was fine, and I thought I should just continue advancing this towards my goal, but I actually didn't realize that here, after I play h5, I never considered this move, which is kind of atrocious to not consider. Engine says after bishop f2, it's very winning, and I mean, they're going to have difficulty continuing their plan with all these pieces clogged, but I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. This does not feel very safe to me. And, you know, I don't want to just give up a pawn, so I take it back, which is very natural. Move the queen back, move this back, and apparently here, queen a1 was winning. I mean, it hits the knight, pins it, wins it. And come to think of it, I'd be able to check stuff. I was just so worried. I was so worried, and I thought of this move prior, and I think me thinking of this move prior was kind of an issue, because I thought, okay, well, this bishop covers the square, so this move kind of made me feel safer. Not realizing that this pawn and bishop stopped the queen from getting here, which I realized on the turn that I played it, but because I had thought of this move beforehand, I just was more conditioned towards playing it for the safety of this g6 square, whereas I think if I was given this position without, you know, considering this move prior and just having like a fuzzy idea, because the reason I considered this move prior is because I didn't really think about where exactly the queen was, and I just had this fuzzy idea of the queen moving over, whereas given this exact position, I don't think I would really feel the need to do that, and I probably would play this. But instead I play bishop takes the pawn, which isn't actually the move I was talking about. But it still continues with the same general idea, because one main idea there is me bringing the queen back, so I don't think my analysis and what I said is completely wrong, even if it is kind of made up and revisionist. I think it is still true, because one of the main ideas of the bishop here is to move the queen back and defend my king with this queen, so yeah. I don't think it's completely wrong what I said there, even if it is revisionist and not really based on what exactly I was thinking. I want the queen trade, move the bishop back, just move the pieces, and here luckily I see this idea, because originally I was thinking like maybe I'm taking this, but actually I don't believe that's winning, and I'd be scared of losing even. I guess it's fine, but yeah, can I break through? Because I can't push any of these pawns, and I can't get this over, and I just thought it was a whole mess. And I thought maybe if they didn't trade bishops, well then I also would have to be contending with a bishop that can hit my pawns while mine can't hit theirs, so yeah, I thought that was a bad idea, so I did convert this kind of cleanly. This was all very nice. And they just resigned. So, I guess first thing I'll go back to the opening and try to see if there is some other plan which I can implement, which I want to. I mean, I could also just play the peer, because I'm trying to play the peer to, you know, learn that. But, yeah, I don't know. I do need to learn the dragon anyways. I don't think it would really affect my ability to learn if I play the dragon when they play weird setups. Are there any other moves? That interest me? No, I don't think so. You know, I think in another game I played like this, they played this. Today this happened. You know, I played takes, they played takes. And they won knight c6. This is what I was talking about, I think earlier on. I think I mentioned this earlier on. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I had this game earlier today, and it's like, this is ridiculous. Why would I ever play this position willingly? So, like, I don't have to. Just feels very suboptimal as a way to play. I mean, in that game I played this, and I believe I went on to win it. Yeah, I think I won that game. But I think I've had many games with positions like these, and it's just mean, I'm sure I've played this bishop move, bishop e7 before in this kind of position. But yeah, it's all apparently really bad. And you can't be doing this. I don't want to be playing knight c6, so yeah. And I don't want to be playing g6 because it kind of just encourages the pin. I mean, I thought about h3 to maybe then fianchetto. But the engine doesn't like that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it all works out, but okay, this seems just kind of like a normal hypermodern opening. With the e-file semi-open. Yeah. I just don't want to enter the positions with e5, d4 here, so I think I do have to play c5, which means I have to play the Sicilian. So I guess that's what I'll do, and well, maybe to some people, playing the Pyrrhic, well, I could still play the Pyrrhic though. I just would never push a pawn. I don't have to play e4. I could still play the Pyrrhic, but I think I'll play I think I will indeed play the Sicilian. And in terms of like tournament prep, if you know, doing that as tournament prep doesn't make sense because then they can kind of choose what they'll play against. Although presumably in a tournament they'll want to play the Pyrrhic, not the Grand Prix attack, or this other, or just a normal Sicilian with them playing knight f6. But this isn't like tournament prep. This is me just trying to familiarize myself with hypermodern openings. And I guess this doesn't count as hypermodern, but like, yeah, I feel like it's close. And for the purposes of what I'm trying to actually learn by playing these openings, which is the modern defense, I'm trying to, you know, get used to a bunch of different positions and use the modern defense to get a better version of these other positions. Give my opponent more ways to mess up and me more ways to play the game, so I, you know, do get a better position. So, for the sake of learning, I have to learn this anyway, so it's fine, I guess. So I guess I will play that. I'm also interested in maybe talking about some other games I played, and because this is the end of the day, going over what I've learned from my games. There was the one game I played on chess.com today. Let's see, how do I do this? Games. There's the one game I played on chess.com today. I actually don't remember what happened there. I think it was a Catalan? No, that was the other position. Although that could have also been a Catalan. Was it a Pyrrhic? I don't know. I'll focus on my Lichess games. Maybe I'll go back and look at that myself. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this was my first game today. And what I played was, I don't think proactive enough. I don't think I did enough to give myself an advantage. I lost the game because I missed a stupid tactic. So, you know, I didn't lose it to how I played, but maybe I failed to win it from how I played. Because early on, I feel like I just clarified things in a way that really helped black. I think I also missed this e5 move, maybe at some point, and I think e5 is something important for me to focus on in the future. In these kinds of positions. Yeah, there's no real need to take here, I think. Just makes it too simple for them. I should have just played d4 first. Also, this reminds me I need to maybe study up on like the Slav, because Slav structures against g3 are... What did I do? Oops. b3 is also an interesting move. But that's just like kind of a different kind of English. Anyways, I need to figure out what to do against these Slav structures with the bishop. But I think a lot of it just is knowing when to play e5. Here I decided to trade the bishops, which is an interesting decision. And then I reroute the knights. But, yeah, I think just e5 is the takeaway of this game. No one to play e5. And maybe there was no time in this actual game in which I should have played e5, but I think in another game that I played, which was kind of similar in structure, here, this even gives us a Slav, so I think this was the game. Oh, here I blundered another stupid tactic. I didn't see that. But, I think if you go to the analysis board, there were times when I should have played e5. It just feels weird to just throw my e-pawn to the wing, but it makes sense. Here I push even, which is crazy. But if I play like CD, they put UD. But e5 gives me an isolated pawn here. I don't like that. I don't know, maybe I'm just going crazy. Yeah. Wait, Queen a4 was the top move. No, it wasn't. The engine's just wrong. I failed to evaluate that. But yeah, I just ran into this. So this isn't even the game either. Perhaps actually the game I won is the game in which e5 was important. Yeah, I was thinking of this game when I was thinking of that, so... actually, this is kind of a beautiful game. But in terms of e5, does it ever want it? Am I hallucinating things? Maybe it was the game on chess.com. I don't know. Some game wanted e5, and looking at the moves and like actual structures myself, and looking at the engine, I don't see it. Maybe I missed one turn, but yeah, I don't know. This game's kind of cool, and I'm happy with it, particularly because I decided that bishop to g5, getting rid of the knight, was worth it. And usually I don't. Usually I trade it with the logic that, oh, this bishop's going to be walled in, and it's going to be kind of bad. Although, in this kind of structure, actually, I don't think I would usually... I think I'd usually just push maybe a3, b4, and fianchetto it here, but here I was able to recognize that control over this d5 square is more important than my bishop. And I'm happy to trade the bishop for the knight, because this is going to be a big weakness, and they're going to have to end up playing c6, and then I can go from there to abuse the structure. But actually my opponent, this is a bit inaccurate and slow, but my opponent doesn't end up playing c6. And here, after playing this, I recognize that they can't really play c6, because now my queen would be hitting this, and it would be hitting that, so this felt like a big mistake to me. And I was able to get all my pieces attacking this, and I found this cool tactic. I recognized this, and I spent actually so much time thinking. I went from 13 minutes down to 7 minutes, calculating all this. I mean, it wasn't very difficult to calculate, but just verifying and looking at different lines with different moves. And I think I was initially thinking about bishop takes, but then I was like, okay, knight takes, and there's that. As much as I didn't, well, maybe I initially thought about knight takes, and then I was like, oh no, I don't think that works. But then I later came back to it and thought it worked. Anyways, there's this cool tactic, and they kind of have to take with the g-pawn, after which this all occurs. And, you know, they're kind of boxed in, and you're up a pawn, soon to be up another pawn, and it's just very good for you. But they take with the queen, which walks into this, and they resign. So, just as a vague idea, e5 is something to take away. I think I also watched a Danya speedrun, in which, I think he played e5 to open up the center in the g3 Slav. So that could also be it. But yeah, there's this. There's this game. Is there anything to take away from this game? Oh, this is a game where, yeah, I played this and that's all wrong to do. Also, I gave them this. I really should have calculated that more. Or maybe I didn't calculate it, and then I saw it after the fact and I was like, yeah, it's probably fine. But yeah, it would not have been fine. Well, here it would have been, I think, right? Because it would just be hanging in peace, but I think after some transformation or something? Actually, no, I think it was earlier. Yeah, before I played the bishop move, I think you can play knight here, which was just a dumb thing to allow. Then after the queen side's over, it's kind of disastrous, but yeah. Did I review this game? Because actually, I don't remember whether or not I had some. Yeah, I don't think I reviewed this game very much. Because I feel like I looked at it and was like, oh yeah, the knight move was losing. And I saw that, but I don't remember seeing whether or not I played the tactics out properly. It went c5, which I thought of it a few times, and here it might be a fork even. So I missed that, but it's still very good for me. Yeah, okay, that wasn't the best way to play. Well, it went c5. But bishop takes immediately 1 point, or it's just like, let's say 2. This is a bit better according to the engine, because it gets f3, and I think f3 is good for me, maybe? A bit unsure. But yeah, okay, it wants queen g5, which I thought about, but I was getting a little claustrophobic. Whereas I just bail out and play this line. But it's still winning for me. And I assume I didn't ever mess this up. Yeah, okay. So, in terms of actionable steps I need to take to improve, I think I maybe need to get back on focusing on the Sicilian, particularly the Grand Prix attack, because the Grand Prix attack is the scariest, I think, of all the Sicilians at my level. And I need to figure out how to play against the Slav while playing g3, and maybe even in general. I don't mind playing against the London as black so much, because I think, well, okay, they're playing the London. They could be playing something better and less bad than the London. But when playing against the Slav, it's kind of annoying, because it's like, oh, this is the game where I get my starting advantage, and it's kind of like, how am I supposed to break this? And I think there are a lot of positional elements, which I just need to get better at. But yeah, that pawn triangle is really annoying, especially since I'm getting to the Slav through a move order where I'm forced to play g3 because I'm already playing it. You know, I play like knight of 3. This is mostly for the sake of learning the modern that I'm playing, the ready in the way I am, but I'm interested in maybe even playing ready in general. But I don't know, it forces me to learn the Catalan. If I'm going to learn the Catalan, I might as well just play the Catalan. I feel like, maybe not. But at the same time, if I learn all these other ideas, I could just play the ready too. And I'll really like getting these other positions, because I feel like I'm getting a better version of the positions. Because if my opponent makes any mistake, because I'll know them so well, all of them. The Benoni structures, this structure, that structure, so that's kind of the goal. Anyways, so if they play this, so what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get to a Slav, yeah. So I play this, they play here, and it's like, I don't like this. Because I'm still trying to, like, you know, get them to play a different opening. And they could also start with a different order. They could start with here, after which I play, you know, this, trying to still give them an opportunity. Which I don't have to, but, Yeah, I think it's worth it. But then they can play this, and I don't like playing against this. And then they want b3, which I think is weird, but probably just a fiend cut out the bishop and, you know, start creating some pressure. As they can't go d4, c4 to block it without wasting a tempo. So b3 is probably mostly for fiend kettoing purposes. Also, you can take it back if they take, I think. So that is pretty nice. So I think maybe I do need to adopt that, because that fiend ketto is a bit useful. Here, I don't play that. Or, oh, this is a different game. This is an actual game where I played that, so I have to actually make the moves myself. Or, no, wait. No, I'm playing, okay. Yeah. This move order is what bothers me. Or, maybe they don't even play that. Maybe they start with, like, knight f6. And it's just, you know, maybe they played this here, and it just feels like, you know, maybe I trade, and now the bishop's kind of walled in. That's kind of the position that annoys me, so I need to get better. But Danya actually said that he likes playing the g3 Slav, so maybe it's a bit better than I thought. I don't know, I don't like it, but that's maybe just a sign I need to, you know, improve. But intuitively, it feels like to me that the non-fiend kettoed Slavs are a bit better, because it feels like your bishop's not like biting into nothing. Okay, I think that's gonna be it.